Hey, I'm Ryan Miner. I'm the editor-in-chief at aminordetail.com. I host a Minor Detail podcast. Check it out on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. Today is Friday, July the 10th, 2020. I'm covering two big stories that are happening here in the state of Maryland, and so far reported by only a few conservative media outlets, Fox, the Washington Examiner. Governor Larry Hogan, he's at it again for the second time this week, blasting a Democratic politician over a monument. This time, Hogan's Twitter ire was directed at none other than House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who's a native of Baltimore City and whose father, the late Tommy D'Alessandro, served as mayor of Baltimore from May of 1947 until May of 1959. In a Thursday evening tweet, Hogan said that Pelosi has lost touch with her native Baltimore after Pelosi refused to condemn the toppling of the Christopher Columbus statue that stood in Little Italy for the longest time. And you'll remember over this weekend, some activists got together, took down the Columbus statue, dragged it through the streets of Baltimore, and threw old Columbus into the Baltimore harbor, and eventually he was fished out. The governor griped about Pelosi's indifference to Columbus's toppling by activists, and he said that the indifference, he said that our state and nation need room for more constructive dialogue, and of course he's not wrong, not destruction, and that he won't let mobs do what they do. Pelosi said if the community doesn't want the statue there, the statue shouldn't be there, damn it. Well, she didn't say damn it, I said it. She said that she doesn't care much for statues. You remember Columbus. What's the phrase? Columbus in 1492 sailed the ocean blue. He was commissioned by Spain. He and his men savaged some land and killed a lot of the indigenous Americans there, and now his legacy is in check. Now people are saying Columbus wasn't such a great guy after all, and his legacy is under fire. You'll remember back in August of 2017, Governor Hogan ordered the statue of the late U.S. Supreme Court Justice Roger B. Taney to be removed from the State House grounds after 3 of the 4 voting members of the State House Trust said to get rid of the statue. Taney was a native Marylander. He was the 5th Chief Justice of the United States, and he wrote the 1857 Dred Scott decision that upheld slavery and denied citizenship to African Americans. So what do you think? Is Pelosi right or is Hogan right? Email me your feedback at ryan@aminordetail.com. Remember that story that we covered Monday about the Gaithersburg restaurant and the owner told his employees that they don't have to wear masks because we're in the middle of a global health pandemic? Well, that employee talked to Bethesda Beat today. Rather, the owner talked to Bethesda Beat, and he said he's not going to defend his decision any longer. He's done. He's closing up indefinitely. The restaurant is going to shut down, and the owner, he said, well, I don't want to be identified for obvious reasons. His social media comments last weekend sparked backlash after then Montgomery County sent their Department of Health and Human Services. They sent an inspector to the restaurant over the 4th of July weekend, and they got some complaints. He said, forget it. I'm going to shut this thing down. The owner's not getting a whole lot of support. I think he ended up taking his Facebook page down. So no more grill at Flower Hill for the foreseeable future. So that's the news for this week. You can follow me at A Minor Detail on Twitter. I'm at Ryan R. Miner, which is my personal Twitter account. And, of course, don't forget to follow me on Facebook at A Minor Detail. Thanks so much for listening. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. We're going to keep doing these short clips. It's fun. It's easy. It's the news in less than 5 minutes. It's something that you can digest, and then please retweet this. Share it on social media and grow some buzz around this. And I encourage people to really get involved and comment and follow the news. Read newspapers. Journalism is good. Journalism, Maryland journalism, that is aminordetail.com. Don't miss that. Thanks, everybody, for listening. I'm Ryan Miner, and that's the news. Have a wonderful and safe weekend.